In news from Jamaica, the cross-examination of former police commissioner Owen Ellington continued at the Tivoli Commission of Inquiry on Tuesday. Drilled by attorney representing former Justice Minister Dorothy Lightburn, Alexander Williams, Mr. Ellington said in his close to 30 years in the police force at the time of the incursion, he had not experienced the type of barricades and in the levels used during the May 2010 incursion.
Ones we were accustomed to seeing, Commissioner, were usually made from available solid material, including tires, old cars, old appliances, logs, and they were sometimes set afire, and they were set across roadways to impede access. And most of the times they were manned by citizens who were protesting for one reason or the other. And there are occasions when we would come across unmanned barricades set up by citizens. The difference we observed with those in Tivoli Gardens is that they sealed off an entire community. They were placed at strategic locations. Some of them had sandbags embedded with them or positioned close to them. Several of them had explosive devices embedded in them. Many of them had propane gas cylinders embedded in them as well, and there were connections by way of electric wires to buildings, giving an impression that at some stage the explosives inside of the barricades would be set off to kill group targets.
Mr. Ellington said he found amazing the speed in which the barricades were erected, sometimes around an entire community. He noted that it was citizens who loaded the barricades in either support for the gunmen in Tivoli Gardens at the time, or they were forced to do so. The former police top cop, when posed with the question by Councillor Williams, explained what he saw on tour of the waterways or tunnels in Tivoli Gardens during and after the operations by the security forces.
In my earlier evidence, I made a point that these were waterways which were appropriated and used as tunnels by the criminal elements.
Waterways appropriated as tunnels.
Yeah. Used by criminal elements, and there was at least one where they had actually set up a sort of a small camp facility in there with canteens and all of that.
A waterway?
Yes, yes.
Where they set up a camp?
Yes, a temporary facility that you could use as a camp, and there were, material suggesting that they had a canteen, small canteen inside there. And I recall photographs were taken of that as well.
You have those photographs?
I do not have them, but I remember we actually looked at them. There were photographs of them, and I think they were in the media.